Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about a topic that has been haunting people and their productivity. You already saw the title and thumbnail, so let's get right into it. Have you ever caught yourself mindlessly scrolling for hours, only to realize you don't even remember what you watched? You're not alone. Social media apps are designed to keep you hooked, and over time they can fry your attention span, making it harder to focus, be creative, or even enjoy real life. This is what people call brain rot. And today I'm going to show you how to fix it in just two simple steps. Step 1. Stop using YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok for a week. Because most often, those are the main perpetrators. According to the Newport Institute staff, in a study they published, spending hours scrolling online, we consume huge quantities of meaningless data, negative news, and perfectly retouched photos of friends and celebrities that make you feel inadequate. Trying to absorb and cope with massive amounts of content creates mental fatigue, and that can lead to a drop of motivation, focus, productivity, and energy over time. To counter this, stop these apps' usage for a week. Yes, even YouTube. Allow yourself to finally be bored. Boredom is the solution. When you get bored, you finally start using your brain. When you're bored, your mind wanders. This mind wandering is actually very useful for creativity. This will lead you towards reigniting the flame within you and realizing what you actually want and need to do. If you don't believe me, I have attached a link down below of a video which I really love from Veritasium, which explains it much better than I can ever do. So feel free to watch it. Now, I know what you're thinking. If you quit cold turkey like that, it will be really difficult to resist watching those apps after 1 or 2 days have passed, as this also happened to me when I tried this experiment. So, I have devised a list of 40 things to do without a screen. For the adventurous ones, you can just use this, stop it whenever you want, and see which activity it lands on, and just do that. In order to keep yourself in check throughout this whole process, I seriously recommend to realize what your triggers are for social media use and flat out avoid them. Here are the main points I noticed when I was doing this. Number 1. The morning. The first moment after waking up is crucial. This can make or break your day's productivity. If you reach for your phone immediately, you're more likely to get stuck in a social media loop, making it harder and harder to focus later on during the day. To avoid this, place your phone far from your bed. Keep it within hearing distance for your alarm, but position it so that you must physically get up to turn it off. This not only prevents mindless scrolling, but also helps you start your day earlier and more actively. Number 2 is exactly while going for your number 2 in the bathroom. After you have saved yourself in bed, you go to the bathroom because nature is a calling. Here is danger number 2. Of course, you're going in with your phone because you have probably already tried counting tiles, sheep, or whatever the fuck helps you in this type of situation, and nothing works, so of course you're gonna go in there with the phone. Funnily enough, the solution for this one comes from your pops. Yeah, your dad had the right idea when he was always going in the toilet with his newspaper or comic, and he always had it lodged somewhere near the toilet between the pipes every time he went in. So, just like him, leave a book or something you want to read in there. Or, if you're feeling brave enough, just push it out raw, without any distractions to occupy your mind. Number 3. Eating breakfast, lunch, or dinner. For each of those, the phone and laptop will be looking at you with those seductive eyes of theirs, begging you to use them, to watch YouTube or scroll a bit. However, you need to stay strong and resist their gaze. To counter this, talk with your family, friends, girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever you live with, because trust me, that time you spend bonding with them will be so much more satisfying. If you live alone or are alone, call someone. Open your window and observe the world moving around you, or put on the TV to watch some show until you eat. Use this only if you find it really hard to do the other thing though. but gradually remove this as well. Number 4. After work, university, or finishing a challenging task, at this point, your need for comfort and gratification will be overwhelming, and you'll feel like you need to watch something like your life is dependent on it. But avoid that moment and remember that there was no moment when you picked up your phone or watched a video for only 10 minutes. That never happens. So, do something enjoyable that will actually relax you, such as taking a warm shower, going for a walk, taking a quick 10 to 20-minute nap, or play a single player game for 30 minutes to an hour, read a fantasy book, novel, work out to take the steam off, etc. Of course, for you personally, there should be more specific triggers, so I also suggest to use these triggers that I've shown here and kind of lead off of them to find your own triggers that lead to social media use and avoid them as well while replacing them with something better. Also, one other way you can do this and to get yourself into this process more smoothly is to give yourself a cheat meal on weekends, just like you would when you're working out. Now, moving on to step number 2. After this 1 week has passed and you did it without using social media, you can finally start reintroducing some apps into your life, with a new purpose, of course. Think of it as a chef who has eaten too much spicy food and can no longer taste food properly, because his senses have dulled. So he has gone vegan and started eating only the base foods for a period of time in order to regenerate his taste buds. After sharpening his senses through this process, in the future, when he introduces other foods to his diet, he will be able to properly enjoy them again. Yes, here you can finally start watching YouTube, but don't just go back to old habits. You still have to limit your watch time to around 1 to 2 hours a day, while also making sure that the content you watch is not garbage that turns off your brain. Use it for informative content to help yourself even more. Or if you want to learn a new skill, language, there are so many YouTube channels that can teach you how to do anything for free. As for Instagram and TikTok, unfortunately, you have to get in terms with the fact that the way that they present content is not healthy for the brain, as it's very short form, and with every use, it lowers your focus or desire to be active. Now let's go on and quickly summarize. Step 1. You need to stop using social media apps for 1 week to allow your brain to get bored and actually think. 2. Realize what your triggers are for social media use and avoid them. And finally, 3. Reintroduce only the useful part of these apps back into your life after you have a grasp on your own will again. And finally, I leave you with this message.